Bosa, University Librarian, the President of the FUTO Alumni Association, the President of the 92 set, 92 Club, or Club 92, all other protocols observed. Today is really another wonderful day in the life of this university, and in particular, the life of this wonderful administration. So, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, the 7th substantive Vice Chancellor, Professor Francis Chukwuemeka Eze, I welcome all our children, because no matter how old you are still our child. Yes. Welcome all of you from all parts of the world to this great institution of technology. We recall that this FUTO, many companies, Shell, some other people, companies, have always rated the 2-1 of this university as equivalent to first class of other universities. Then you can imagine what it means to have a first class in this university. And we know there are many first class materials here. So we want to thank you, we want to acknowledge your presence, the presence of all of you here. In actual fact, when the president of the Club 92 was making his comments, he said they saw that there was an unseen hand moving them to come together, to gather together. I want to tell you that that unseen hand is the hand of God, the finger of God. And I want to tell you that that finger of God was moved by powerful prayers, by powerful individuals who are the children of God. Because God always wants to make a name for himself. He honors his name and he honors his children. So it's as a result of prayers from this administration. It has not been like this before in FUTO, actually, you see. But this time around, we are driving, the mantra of this present administration is driving the culture of excellence. Because the last administration, the immediate past administration, had the mantra quest for excellence. Now we have found excellence. Then this administration is now driving a culture of excellence. And that is part of why what appears to be confusion here has happened. Because it's not confusion actually. It is a matter of making sure that excellence is achieved. So that should encourage you, encourage the alumni, the 92 Club, the Club 92 and all the rest of them, all the people here, including our present students, that we are working to make sure that excellence is achieved. Because if something was advertised and possibly response didn't come on time, then what it means is that things must be done properly. Activities are still continuing till tomorrow, maybe that is at the gala night. These things can still be presented, and it will be presented in such a way that nobody, there will be no problem raised anywhere, so that only the best will receive it. Now, so I thank you people, because you have made your money, you have made your wealth, you have made your influence, you have made your power everywhere. But to come together and say, oh, we must be incorporated, is another ballgame altogether, which is at a different level. So we appreciate you. We thank you very much. The Alumni Association came here a few weeks ago. The director of OUD had mentioned what they came to do. We wished, because it was during holidays, we wished that it would happen. Any other thing happening would happen when students are on campus, because we know that it will help to motivate them. In fact, since that time, the present SUG president and his team have been making promises that they were also going to join and, if possible, supersede at their own time when they join the alumni. So we are really achieving that. We are really achieving that because we know that the students will now work harder, because the thing will motivate them. All these awards, all these activities will motivate them, so that instead of thinking of joining secret course and all the rest of them, they will know that secret course activities will not carry them anywhere, you see. And that is why we continue to ask that these activities will continue. You see, this I have to mention in a special way, that these things are not just happening by chance. We have had directors of OUD here, but I'm telling you that the present director of OUD, Professor Mrs. K.B. Oyo, is a special person and has demonstrated special class. So, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, I want to thank her because she has moved mountains, moved more mountains. You see, a few weeks ago, when the alumni came here to talk about giving us staff quarters, many of us were relieved, really. Because if you come to this university, many of the activities that take place during the day and deny students, work hours, could be organized in the evenings if we were on campus. So that is one of the most important things that should happen to this place, staff quarters on campus. And I want to thank God and to announce to you that the Vice Chancellor is a priority project in this administration. That we will do everything. Because if by 5 o'clock you come here, 6 o'clock you come here, you don't see anybody, everybody is angling to go, it doesn't make for academic excellence. I'm sure that some of you enjoy the Nekumwebere campus. When lectures could even be organized at night. When the brain was, I remember that at the University of Nigeria, Suka Professor Animalo will always fix lectures between 7 and 11 for us, 7 p.m. and 11 o'clock. At that time, it's like having an early morning lecture. Because the brain is still, that time the brain is very good. The laugh in the evenings, not in the afternoons. Things will come true. So once again, those people that are going to receive the award, congratulate them now. But we will congratulate them in advance, because I am sure that what remains only one day and a few hours is almost at hand. But it would have been wrong for a wrong person to collect an award. Even though these are high flyers also. They are all high flyers. But you know, among high flyers, there are flyers also. So once again, on behalf of the Council, the Senate, the management, the congregation, the staff and students of this great institution, I want to thank all of us, to appreciate all the people that have gathered here, and to wish the 92, the Club 92 and the alumni generally very great success in the remaining and the activities you have come to do here, and then very great activities in your remaining endeavors. We wish you God's blessings. We wish you God's blessings. We know that your activities, positive activities anywhere you are, will make FUTO very, very much more visible in the international community and increase and improve the ranking of FUTO. We are believing that within a short time, FUTO will rise to #1 among the Nigerian universities. Meanwhile, it is #1 among the Southeastern universities and in fact, Eastern universities. So we are believing very strongly that very soon, with your cooperation, with all these activities taking place, which will be reported worldwide on the internet everywhere, we believe that FUTO will occupy its rightful position as #1 in the ranking of universities in Nigeria, and will make wonderful imprints in the activities of the world universities. So, on behalf of the Council, Management, Congregation, the Senate, Management, Congregation, staff and students of this great institution, I say thank you everybody, and we look forward to other activities coming up. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, we're inching towards the end of this gathering, this segment of the program. I'd like to invite the Deputy Director, Office for the University Development, Dr. R.C. Hejika, to give the vote of thanks.
Chancellor Sir, represented by Professor Ndube, and other principal officers of the university, the president of the FUTO Club 92, the president of Alumni Association, and all other FUTO ICA and all other alumni here. I want to really appreciate everybody. What we have come to do today personally reminds me of my days at University of Ife, some 30 years ago. And to me, it's like reminding me of my alma mater. So I want to begin really by thanking God immensely for this special day. It is really indeed special because what we are witnessing today is another dimension of what alumni did some few weeks ago. So it is highly commendable. We want to thank God immensely for providing us the opportunity to be here. We also want to commend the the Vice Chancellor and his team for providing the enabling environment. Because I do know, if not because of them, maybe we wouldn't have been here today. Again, for the Futo Club 92, it is really wonderful because this is the first time we have experienced this. You've actually, just like the MC said, you are the best setter really in this direction. I think we should really commend you highly. So, because what I've done today will go a long way in enhancing the high standard for which Futo is known. And again, I want to also say that for what I've seen today, just like my director said, if it is made an annual event, I think it will be very highly appreciated. Yeah. Again, I do know that for the awardees, this is quite commendable because it will really go a long way in encouraging them and motivating them to sustain that high performance for which they are being recognized today. So in all, I want to say that it has been a very nice day. It has been a day that we see the hand of God, just like the DVC said. The hand of God is in everything we have done today. And it is our hope that all other things remaining, which alumni are about to do today and tomorrow, will also be as successful as today. Yes. So on that note, I want to thank every one of us who endeavored to be here today, and also pray that God would lead us through as we go back and continue with all other activities. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Deputy Director Oyinzi. I have been informed by the president of this prestigious club that after now, there's going to be a tour of the university. There's going to be a novelty football match, a very special one. And especially invited students. All the students are invited. I know the students will like it because I heard you mention there will be barbecue somewhere. Thank you. And I invite a member of this prestigious club, a special one, among the males to see a few females. And it must have been a very special one. From the Department of Geology, Mrs. Cole, Israel. So
in Jesus' name. Father, we want to thank you for this special day. Thank you for life. Thank you for the conception of this idea, the planning, the execution, the warm reception, and the appreciation. We appreciate you, Lord, and we give you praise. Thank you for all that we have discussed and deliberated about. Thank you for the ideas that are all from you. Father, we are asking, O Lord, that we have all said that this is just the beginning. That from here, more things will come for other classes, for our class, for the entire alumni, and for the university. In Jesus' name. Amen. Father, we thank you, even as we round up this phase and go to the next phase we have for today and the rest of the days. We ask the Lord that you will be with us. We pray for the success and the return of the old Jerusalem phase of this university. That God, the things that we that saw the Jerusalem that was good, that somehow miraculously, like you have begun to drive us to come together, we'll be able to restore some of those things to the glory of your name. In Jesus' name. That things we have done today will be a challenge even to the present generation. Thank you, Heavenly Father. We give you praise and we worship you. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Of this prestigious class, we have a photograph downstairs.
Then we have been trying our best to occupy the land, but we don't have the facilities to populate it, you know, like the buildings and all that.
But have you fenced around?
No, we have not fenced. We are still looking for money. There's no...
There was this pro-chancellor that said his priority was to fence it. He said that
It didn't work out. Yes.
But if you fence, they can
So you can see what we are trying to do. The new director for CARES, for Center for Agricultural Research and whatever. So she now came as a VC's wife, the present VC's wife. She now came and bulldozed this area. Then started planting different types of crops, and then we had problem also when she started because the indigenous refused her entrance. You know? So we now struggled and fought, and then I think eventually for those of them that planted here, the university compensated them again for the crops because the land is Futo's land. So she now has chased them away for the past 25 years, what people here couldn't do. So at least we have had peace here now.
But
They won't come here again.
Sorry, bro. This Futo land, the entire plot, have you done a survey? And then have you, if you do the survey, there is need to gazette it in the office of the Surveyor General of the Federation.
It
Has
has
it been done?
gazetted, yes.
It has been done.
It has been gazetted. Even
So-
there was a point, at a point, the government here, Imo State,
Yes.
Rogers came and took back the land.
You cannot.
He did it.
No, you cannot.
Went
If
and
you gazette
regazetted.
it.
So, but when the Futo now showed him every evidence, and then he knew that what he was doing was bad. So he went back again and then regazetted and warned his people to hands off.
No,
And
because
yes,
once it is gazetted,
it's gazetted for sure.
States
It's gazetted.
don't gazette, it is federal.
It's federal, but
Federal
they went and did it under their own whatever.
Under the states.
Yes.
No, it's not.
So, but we've taken back the land officially. Well, the problem now is perimeter fencing. So we are looking for funds here and there.
So those people
Even-
there and there, are they part of Futo?
Yes, we are doing. She has established a new director. They planted.
But we used to have small farms. They're still there.
Bro, what if because the fencing cannot be done one day, cannot be done in 1 year. They can have the will and have a plan to do it. In the past 25 years we are talking about, they would have finished fencing it.
Yes.
So I think they.
Well, when we go back, you will see that even they have encroached. They have joined their own private homes.
This is one project that you can tap into the alumni, even those that are in the alumni or not. Because perimeter fencing.
Things, and then we kept on fighting until the man had to leave. So ask them what was the problem. They said because they gave the land to Futo. And then they don't want any private investment or development. So that was it. That is why we now started to do it by ourselves, by asking for individuals, companies to donate at least one block for us. So like
you can actually you can do it. So the person bringing it just a financial investment, but the operating entity will do something.
Housing
scheme. Then the investor, because people will know that there's an investor.
Yes.
People will meet you at the exactly. That way.
no, they don't want to invest at all at all.
They won't know. They won't know.
Who's going to finance them? How will they not?
Yes, they anything.
That's how they get the information.
Yes,
It's
even
their
when this farm
brothers,
started,
yes.
they came. So
It's
they
their
met.
brothers that
Somebody
got
did tell the
engineering,
information that
engineering.
something was going to happen. And then the women all trooped out that their farms, their whatever, had done. Demonstration, you know, because most of our properties were looted away by these Okada people and transport buses to be flying inside the campus again.
Yes.
So we chased them away. Wanted to establish that part, but we don't have money now to continue. So we are stuck somehow there. So this is a staff quarters.
Yes, I was about to say.
Yes.
The National Housing Program can handle this thing.
The
housing scheme. It can handle this scheme. We provide funding from the Ministry of Housing, and then the people, the lecturers can now contribute to that scheme, and then own this thing without involving any third-party components.
So the staff
Becomes the lecturer's houses.
Exactly.
And not staff quarters.
The
So when you retire, it's your house.
That is what we looked at.
Yes.
Initially, they said they were going to share the land so that every lecturer would take up his own and then you would. If they had done it like that, actually, the whole place would have been filled up. Because everybody is ready to go. But they said, if they give it out like that and the people retire, what about the people who will come in? So it is better for people to own it so that before you rent to live in it, when you retire or you want to leave, so that there will be accommodation for other people coming. So that is the problem. Now, private people are not. So this is the place, the 22 units they are not buying gave to us now. This is the place we are citing it.
The 22 housing units.
So we are going to start off from somewhere here. The Kanifa is sharing it.
Those are
his working there. Because we want to give a little gap between this place and the ones who are going to achieve that. So we are now.
If they're going to advertise, like from what you said, we believe that he should be able to inform the members to find out whether there are people who are capable of.
It's not our it's all what we interested in is
have the house.
Where is it?
Because it's a good thing. By the time 22 people or 24 people start living there gradually.
So some philanthropists, they were giving grants also for us to develop a research park. So this area has been marked out for research park, as our research park. So whereby people in the schools will fabricate, to develop something, and the prototypes, you bring them here for
displays.
the research organizers or whoever to now, mass produce. And then people will come and buy our products, buy our patents and all that, and then develop. So this area is mapped out for research and development of the university. But unfortunately, we didn't finish it on that time. This government, when they do something, we have to work hard to get it at that point. Once they resolve them or they leave, they will be stopped up somehow. So we are hoping that we will still continue with this project. So,
Is there any other plan in place for the completion?
yeah, our VC has been working to Abuja to eat here from the other. So these are the routes. Everything is properly mapped out and it's for research. It's a research quarters for those who are going to work in this research area so that they can work today to the evening and then go back to their house. So you go left. So just to show you that we have this idea of our research center.
Same day? Let me elaborate.
Yes. So when
like I see, you also have some member headsmen.
That is why the
plan wasn't there.
Yeah.
So this is a new conversation ahead. So where we go about yeah, the bank. So this place is swap them out for bank developers for them.
For transfer.
Okay, water. So you know the ordinary water there. So we have been looking for an exact water. So that we can be generating electricity from there.
FCDA, because the project owner is FCDA, who operates
school doing for dragging and making it resort.
something has been destroyed.
Well,
They have done the drill. Very small one before they complete the drill up to this point.
the best thing you can do once you
I think we'll be going to canteen from here. So first we may not come to the conference center for the university. It's 1,000 capacity. Yes, it's bigger than the other one. This one was completed by Professor all of excellence. That here, the one you are looking at is a Futowa building. Women Association. Up here you have the one we call PMF, that is Parents Management Group. The building association, women working in the kind of association right here is that is a medical school. Yeah, School of Basic Medical Sciences. But I don't know whether it's still going to do it. At the back, that's the back. So this front one is
Basic medical sciences.
that is the back one, yes. They have anatomy, they have what? I don't know, so many courses. No, the optometry is here. Dental is here. By the left here is public health.
For all these courses.
Yeah, the one we don't have is the science, is the medical. But for these ones, dental we have is technology, because this is the University of Technology.
Sorry, madam. There was a time we were hearing that the Federal Medical Center wanted to
Come here and check over. Yes, we have been struggling to have that. But it didn't work out because the federal government also said that this is the University of Technology. Our mandate is for technology. Everything we do here
Sciences
should have
are technology driven.
input. Like
medicine has
because of that.
It's technology driven. What are they talking about?
So that is a public health technology.
They say medicine. Medicine is not technology. Optometry. So how is optometry technology?
Technology in it is that the technology in it is we produce this lens, we produce the frame, we produce every related whatever facility the medical or the ophthalmologist uses. You understand? It's different from the medical one. So this is maritime.
people know about this ETF, that fund project.
I'm run last man today. Take your time. What is happening? No. I think you want to help. Suarez, come on, take that over
They don't waste time. 20 million pounds, don't worry. Serious. That's the one direction.
Why you always parking at the post now?
There's no cup, no cup. You only come now, what's up?
Why up?
From there.
Check your heartbeat, Joe. Check your heartbeat. Check your heartbeat.
What's that again, baby? Can't leave